Hello and welcome to the Brutally Honest podcast.
No filters, just the truth. It's brutally honest. Happy Monday, everyone.
Hi.
Do you have a good weekend?
Yeah, I had a great weekend.
Anything fun to report?
I went to this kind of play thing, Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat, on Friday, and it was like shockingly good. And then I went to a football game.
That's fun.
Yeah.
How was the football game?
It was fun.
You know, I'm sad. I saw no stories about the football game, I was sad about that.
I tried to get some photos, and they didn't take right. The camera.
Oh.
The camera didn't take right. Also, I'm not one to I don't know.
What do you mean the camera didn't take right?
I didn't look at that. There's only one meaning to that. I just didn't look good.
Well, I was like, did you take your camera or was it an iPhone photo?
Oh, iPhone photo.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No.
You can't expect too much from the iPhone photos.
Absolutely
you got to be
not.
really feeling your best for the iPhone photos to turn out.
Yeah.
One thing this morning that I saw that was crazy is how are these girls dating guys that live all across the country?
I know.
Yes.
I saw that.
Yes, one of our friends we know is dating a guy who lives in Chicago and she lives in Utah. And I am like, how are you getting such national reach? Such that you're dating someone who lives in Chicago.
How often is she out there? How did they meet? I don't know.
But isn't she a flight attendant?
Yeah, I think so.
So she gets
one of her many jobs.
Yes, she's doing a lot.
Yeah, she gets flight benefits.
Yeah, so I'm assuming it's probably easy for her to get there. But still, I'm like, how are you meeting him? I feel like it's through her Instagram presence. She is present on Instagram.
Yeah, she's fabulous.
She's got a presence, which I think is great for her.
Yeah, it's true.
But today, we're going over a list that I stumbled upon that we made in 2019, so 6 years ago. November 3rd, so over 6 years ago.
That's crazy.
And we titled this Missing the Mark Project. Basically, we made a list of must-haves and negotiables and no's for a future partner. We were both single at the time.
Yes.
And
yes, this is your list of what do you want in a guy, what's important to you, and then what's a nice to have, a must/needs list.
yes, like what's a need, what's a want, and negotiables are they can have this, they can't have this. So I thought it'd be so funny to go through the list, see what we agree with now, 6 years later.
I think that's great.
And see what's that was unnecessary, or what things in the babies list that are no, we need that.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
let's kick it off.
yeah.
What are you laughing?
I'm looking at our categories and I'm just, where do we even begin here?
Okay, good.
Our number one.
Okay, first one. Go ahead.
Yeah.
You go ahead.
Sharing core values. This is just saying we have the same value system.
Yeah. Everyone wants kids.
Yes.
Everyone's believes in God.
Yeah. We're on the same page as far as family values, what we want our family to look like. That's just a non-negotiable. And I stand by that to this day.
Totally. For sure.
I just don't think you can really
make it
work.
For sure.
Do you want to go for number two?
Hold on. How old were we also when we wrote this? I need to preface this before I say this.
I had just turned 18.
Okay. I was 24. 20.
You were 26.
I was 26. We'll go with the 18-year-old.
Yeah.
Okay, so
we'll say this was my edition.
Yeah, this was you. For sure. Okay, so our second bucket is Sendy/cool/can hang, which included always down/chill, which I think that means that they're not a downer. They're not sitting at home and
go to bullet two, and I think that one encapsulates
not a complainer.
Yeah, and so I feel that shows just someone who's down for a good time and not complaining in the car when you're on your way to an outing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Third sub bullet is ideas for what to do. So kind of a doer. So fourth sub bullet, not too caught up in logistics. And then we have cool things. Don't know what that meant.
What that means.
And the last one is likes EDM music.
This one is so funny to start with because ideas for what to do, I think, is actually a good one. I think that one for me now is more so we'll plan a date night.
For sure.
Can plan a date night.
For sure.
Or your birthday, things like that. Like CDM music.
That is
unnecessary.
So not essential. Not even a want at this point.
No, not even on the list.
No,
it doesn't even really need to like music. In general.
I mean, ideally, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, ideally
they do. That's a want, I think.
But if you had a guy that didn't really, that was a negotiable.
No, yeah, if they're I'd rather listen to podcasts, I'm oh, look at you furthering yourself. Also, I would say I would say this section for me now more is like they don't like you know how there are like extreme homebodies versus like people that go out and like to do stuff.
Yeah.
I think I fall into like more into the I like to go and do stuff and have plans, if that makes sense. And so and I actually know people in marriages now where like their husband just wants to go home and like veg on the couch like all day long.
Yeah.
Which I think there's like a fine balance to that. And like I think for like this is what like we're saying is that like we don't want someone that's just gonna like want to watch TV all day long.
Yeah, it's like, no, I want to go have plans and do something.
Yeah, which I think is like a good, maybe that is a good need, honestly.
Yeah, well, I think that's just like a know thyself.
Yes,
and
totally.
It's like, yeah, I just like, I want someone
so I think
who,
it's fair for that to be in the need bucket too. If it's like, know thyself, I want to like do stuff. And so it's like, okay, well, I want like a partner that will go and do these things with me. Cause like, I mean, maybe not all the time, but.
Yeah, for sure. But no, I agree. I think that makes sense.
Okay. Do you want to go to the next one?
Yeah, next one is hot in red letters, all caps. First bullet, daily gym attendance, athletic, masculine mannerisms, confident. So much to unpack with each of these.
Do you want me to start or do you want to go?
Either way.
Dare I say I still hold these to this day.
Yes.
I think that the daily gym like I think number one, like you need to be attracted to your partner.
Yeah.
First and foremost.
That's a non-negotiable.
I don't think that's like, what's the right word? I don't think that's like.
They have to be the hottest guy I've ever seen.
Yeah, and I also don't think it's a bad thing to be like, oh, I want to be attracted to my spouse. Like, it doesn't make me less than.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Or they're like, oh, I'm so vain, I want to be attracted to my spouse.
It doesn't make you like
what?
mean. Exactly.
Like, what do you
exactly.
mean you're going to marry someone? Also, I wouldn't want to marry someone who doesn't think I'm attractive.
Yes. Oh, exactly.
So I feel like that's fine.
That's so true.
Want that both ways.
I feel like some people are just like, well, you can just make it work though. And I'm like, well, I don't think that's like actually the relationship that I want in this scenario.
Yeah.
Well, I just have a friend.
I think cute enough is binary. Like people, you're either cute enough or you're not. Yeah. And it's, again, and enough is like a scale.
True.
Where you can make it work with someone who isn't the hottest person you've ever seen.
For sure.
And you'll be super happy. But again, they have to like pass the threshold of like, yes, I'm attracted to you.
100%. Yes.
And I don't know how people are making it work with someone that they said, no, I don't think that they're attractive. Like, what? Like, what do you mean?
That's so true. I feel like that happens though.
No, it does happen. One thing I was going to say was I was thinking about this is daily gym attendance. Davis, my husband, for sure goes in like waves of when the gym is more and less important to him, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like there are times when he's just like more busy with work. So gym goes on the back burner and it's a cycle.
Yeah.
But what I would say is if I were dating right now, like if I were not married and in the dating scene, I would still have this on my list. I'd be like, yeah, no, I want someone who takes care of themselves.
That's all that says is basically, it's like, and all of the research suggests that like exercise is one of the most important things.
Yeah. It's so good for you.
So yeah. And it's like just good, healthy habits.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. You want them to live long. You want them to be healthy and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah. The masculine mannerisms makes me giggle because I'm like, what does take that as you will, and we'll move on from there.
Yeah, I think confidence is like, it's just an attractive quality.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
So important. Okay, let's go to the next one.
Yeah, I think you're up.
Okay. Intelligence/career. These kill me. 1, seems smart in conversation/charismatic. How about they just like are smart in conversation? 2, will provide for lifestyle I desire. 3, wants same lifestyle I want. 4, not cringy. 5, not clueless about business. 6, street smart and book smart and ambitious about something.
Okay. The first bullet, I think we highlighted charismatic, and I think that's a better word for the first bullet than seems smart in conversation.
Yeah.
I don't specify it, but charismatic, I think we can. At least for me.
Do you think that's on the need or the want list?
I think that's want. Like if someone were quieter, I'd be fine with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I
agree with you. I think it's an attractive quality though.
Yeah, I think it's an attractive quality, but like if I think you can also be charismatic and you don't have to be the loudest person in the room.
Yeah.
Like I think for me, this one is more like can hold a conversation with me. Or with someone.
Okay.
Like that's really, I think, for me, number 4, I mean, there's obviously like
hold on, I want to dive down into this for a second. Yeah. So like, what if they, and I think I'm going to wink at you and I think we should think of the same person.
Okay.
Do you know who I'm talking about right now?
No, because you said what if, then winked at me. How am I supposed to know who that is? Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So like, what if they are like the nicest guy ever? Not charismatic and not great at holding a conversation.
Well, I think, do you like talking to them would be my question. Because I think if you like talking to them, great, it doesn't matter. But for me, some people I don't think really care about talking to their spouses. I know that sounds weird, but I do think there are some couples that don't really have a lot of conversations with their spouse. For me, I really needed to enjoy having discussions with my spouse.
Yeah.
Like, that's one of my favorite, like, in the car, I, like, want to enjoy, like, our engaging discussions.
Yeah.
I can't just sit in silence. Like, I can sit in silence sometimes, and, like, nice silence is nice, but I need to be able to talk to them and enjoy talking to them. I just don't think that's can get over that.
For me, too.
Also, one thing, people will be like, oh my gosh, of course they will provide for lifestyle. It is everyone wants the same lifestyle I want. Yes, I want that.
For sure.
Also, I think if you are dating someone who like doesn't want the same lifestyle you want, that's not like a dig on women or a dig on someone because they want to have a certain lifestyle. It's only bad if they're not willing to like make the necessary sacrifices for said lifestyle. Like if they're like, oh, I'm not okay with you working hard, but I want all this stuff. Like I want you home all the time and I want this extravagant lifestyle.
That's so
it's
unnecessary.
Like, no, you can't have that.
Right.
But I think like having a lifestyle that you want and being willing to sacrifice and make the necessary like steps to achieve that lifestyle, I think it's fine.
I think it's another know thyself one.
Yes.
And again, back to not being vain. I don't think it's vain to also say like, oh no, like I want this for my life.
Yes.
Like, this is my life. I have one life to live. And like, it's okay that like, sorry, I want nice things.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Or even for me, it's like, well, yeah, no, I want to have like 4 to 6 kids.
Yes.
Like I want a massive family and kids are expensive. And so like, sorry. And like, if you don't want that, that's fine. But it's just not going to work if you just don't want that.
It's so true.
I think that's also a big thing on this list. If someone else doesn't want the same thing that you want, that's fine.
Totally.
That just may mean, unfortunately, you're not aligned. Yeah, you're going to have to compromise.
If you
and
want
you're going to have to figure that out and make it work. Or you're going to be like...
And I think, too, something to double down on here is, like... understanding what a nice lifestyle is for you versus the other person.
Yes.
Because I feel like they can be wildly different.
So
you know, if it's like, I want them to make a lot of money. It's like, well, what does that actually look like? What does that mean to you?
Yeah. Is that $100,000? Is that $1 million?
Yeah.
Like, there's so much range.
So much range. Lifestyle. So I think it's understanding that aspect of things.
Yeah. And being real with yourself. Okay. Then do you have anything else to say about that one? Yeah. Future life goals is number 5. Not being afraid to be optimistic, secretly having big dreams, excited to have cool kids. I would have number 2 being openly have big dreams.
Yeah, why does it need to be in secret?
Yeah, I don't know why it's like, keep those things locked close to your heart. But excited to have cool kids. I think it's mostly just excited to have kids.
Yeah.
And I think also cool kids for me means that like they want to do things with their kids. Like they're so stoked to like
what I mean.
Go play catch with their sons or like go on daddy-daughter dates or things like that. I think that's what I mean by like cool kids. Because like if you have a nerdy cute kid,
oh yeah,
you'll love them all the same.
Oh, that's so cute.
But they're just like stoked to go have fun with their kids. And take them to Disney.
I think it's more like excited to be the cool dad.
Yes.
If that makes sense.
Yes. That's a way better way to put it.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
Like the fun cool dad, not like,
So those were all of our must-haves.
You know, I think the wording may have been a little bit juvenile, dare we say.
Maybe needed some refinement.
Maybe some refinement in this new age that we've entered. But I feel like actually a lot of these were relatively accurate, actually.
Yeah, I feel like they were mostly like good heuristics.
Yes.
Where it's like, okay, we had the concept, some of the interpretations or the ways that they were expressed could have been changed.
Agreed.
But I think overall, we were onto something.
We were.
Okay, should we go to negotiables?
Let's go to the negotiables. Oh my gosh, these are so funny.
This first one.
I'll go first. Yeah. When they have a weird walk, aka the bounce. And everyone, you know what we're talking about. We're talking about a little extra calf action, a little extra pip in the step.
Yep, they've got pep always. But again, this is negotiable.
Oh, for sure.
It's one of those things that you learn to love.
No, there was this really good hot guy in college that we all thought was hot, and he just had a bounce. But you know what? I would have been down.
He made it work.
He did.
He rocked the bounce.
He did.
Unabashedly. So again... The next one is college degree only if they run a 7-figure business.
So what did we mean by that?
I think it was if they didn't have a degree, but they were like ambitious, then you can make it work. I mean, my husband does not have a college degree. He did not run a 7-figure business at our time of marriage, but
I feel like he fills in this bucket of like a serial entrepreneur.
Yeah, like super ambitious.
Oh yes, always like reaching for, making.
Always trying to.
Yeah, totally. Reaching for making money.
Yeah.
Ambitious. Yeah, totally.
Maybe we skip that one.
Okay. Next one would be, this is actually an interesting one.
Yeah.
We titled it Floored Friends. And I think this means just like sketchy friends. Friends that you're like, wait, why are you friends with this person? They're not like a great human being.
Yes.
And so I think it's in the negotiables list because I think if they can acknowledge that it's like, like what they're doing isn't the best, or like these character traits of this person aren't the best, but they have like a good reason to be friends with them.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah, and
Would
I
you
think
agree?
also 100%, I totally agree. And well, one thing for me also when I was dating Davis was I really liked his friends,
Yeah.
and that was something that I really liked him was
Totally.
that he was surrounding himself with really like good people who are on like good trajectories.
Totally.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, having friends who are super sketchy, it just depends on, they have to acknowledge it and like really understand. And then the next one is past floored girlfriends or relationships. And I think it's the exact same thing. Like they have to recognize what went wrong.
Yeah.
Their place in the relationship.
Totally.
Like the things that they may have done that weren't also perfect. So they really have to recognize. In both of those scenarios, it's just all about awareness.
It's awareness for
Yes.
sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Because if they don't have it, then it's like red flag. You need to look into that.
And it's like, oh, do you think it's okay that your friends are out like cheating on their girlfriends? Like,
exactly.
No.
Totally.
No. Like, how are we feeling about that? Because if you're like,
Yeah.
that's fine for him, it's like, whoa.
Totally
We are on different pages about this.
Yeah, I totally agree. Okay, the next one is car they drive.
My husband drove a Prius when we dated. So that one, I honestly would put that in like the, not even a negotiable, not even on the list.
That's so funny. I like a guy who drives a good car.
Yeah.
But it's not a need. What? Why are you laughing?
I'm laughing because I think you like a good car.
I do like a good car, dare I say. Sue me.
No, and I'm just saying, I think you should just say it with your chest.
Look, I do.
Just accept that.
I have.
It's fine.
I do. That's why I brought it up.
Next one is style, negotiable to a point, not feminine, no Chacos.
All caps, no Chacos.
No Chacos. I think style is negotiable almost to any point as long as they're willing to change or as long as they're fine with you dressing them.
Yeah, totally.
I think the only thing that would get me is if they had horrendous style and I was like, hey, like I'm going to buy you some clothes for Christmas and you should wear them. And they'd be like, no, I refuse to wear this pair of jeans you got me. I'd be like,
yes.
why?
Okay, I will say something that would be a red flag with me would be like guys that are like, don't have good style but are really picky about their clothing.
Yes.
Again, it's a lack of awareness kind of thing.
Yes.
Because I feel like there's so many dudes that are like, oh my gosh, I just don't know what to wear. I hate shopping. I don't know what to buy. Like, so can you just buy it for me?
Yes.
I feel like all guys like that.
Like all guys are like, I just kind of wear all black. Like they have their uniform of like,
Yes.
yeah, I just kind of wear this every day. But if you bought them something, they're fine wearing that.
Totally.
And I think that is a totally fine
That's a
place
good
to
thing.
be. Yeah.
Okay, next one, we just have 2 VSCO, in parentheses, modeling social media mirror pics. I think this is accurate.
I stand by this.
100%.
Especially, this is I think it's big of us to put this in the negotiables category.
Honestly, I'm shocked this wasn't in the needs category.
Yeah. Or in the no's category. That they're too
that's
VSCO,
what I
like
meant,
hard
sorry.
no. No, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, this is just something that isn't terribly attractive to me personally.
Yeah.
And it's not even the social media, it's the VSCO. You know the VSCO vibes.
Oh,
like
I
the
know
VSCO,
the
Tumblr,
VSCO.
they're all like the jaw pics. Those are the ones we're talking
The
about.
VSCO is so... What about a guy... I do want to bring this up because I see this actually not infrequently.
Yeah.
They're typically from California.
Okay.
And I love California. I mean, I'm from there too.
Yeah.
But what about... They're not even typically from California. I want to take that back.
Okay.
I'm retracting that statement. What about the guy who's just like an amazing photographer? And so they have all of these... Like, you know what I'm talking about? Their pictures aren't black and white, but they're not fully in cover. They're like sepia. tinted.
You're saying that they're like the grainy film photos.
Yes.
They've taken them on. Yes, a film camera.
Yeah, I mean, that's like the only thing that they post, and they do have a VSCO. What do you think about that?
I think that's fine.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because I think this VSCO is kind of like a thirst trappy, so like modeling
this is like
mirror
self-aggrandizement. I'm looking for attention.
Yes, but like people who like love photography, I have to give them their hobbies.
Their art. It's art.
It's art for them.
I
mean, personally, I'm not like a super outdoorsy person. So like if they're every weekend wanting to go camping and wanting to go rappelling and like rock climbing, that may be something we need to figure out, because I wouldn't say that's one of my interests personally. So, but those two things don't have to go together. But, if they love photography, good for them. Maybe they can take good pictures of me finally.
That's true.
I mean, I'm not looking for anyone, obviously, but, maybe they could take good pictures of you.
Yeah.
You can be his muse.
I could be his muse.
Yeah, I think you'd be a great muse.
I don't know. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
And then the last one I'll go with is messy.
Yes.
And again, that is a negotiable.
I think it's a negotiable.
We're dealing with men.
Yeah.
So
honestly, if they're too clean, it's almost like a red flag.
If they're cleaner than you are.
Yeah, slightly.
Yeah.
No, I mean, not actually. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'd be nice if they're kind of cleanish.
Yeah, just like neat enough.
Yeah. Like when they shave, they put their hairs away.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
But there's only so much you can do.
Yeah.
So again, negotiable.
Okay.
Nose. Our first one is violates the must section. So I'm glad we really doubled down on what we were thinking. Which I would say is an obvious, that is literally what the nose means.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm trying to decide where we go with this next on here.
I like the weird relationships with exes.
Oh, I like that one.
That one is so good because, yes, if they still have like any sort of relationship with their ex, do not want to get involved. That means they're unavailable emotionally, and I need to put my foot down and be like, no, it's weird that you're friends with your ex.
No, it is like, it's me.
Yes.
Like, yes. I am her. I am what you need. We are not having the exes around. Also because I'm like, what do you mean you dated and now you're friends? I'm like, if you've made out a bunch of times and now we're supposed to just hang out in a group setting, or you're supposed to have any sort of one-on-one connection conversation with her? No.
Absolutely not.
This is a hard no. Girls, do not get gaslit by boys who are talking to their exes and like, we're just friends now. It just didn't work out. We decided we were better as friends. That means they need to be acquaintances. They can be cordial when they see each other on the street, and that's it. That is it. We are not doing no contact with their ex. They need to be no contact with all of their
exes. By seeing them on the street, it's more like, oh my gosh, I ran into them once a year.
Yes. No, they're not frequently. No.
Yeah, that's weird.
No.
Okay, the next one. This is an interesting one. Yeah. Really different person around friends.
I like this one.
I do too.
I like this one because then for me, it's like, who are you really? Mm-hmm. If they're acting so different, and obviously like you have different personas around different groups of people where like if they're a little bit rowdier around their friends, it's fine. But if they're like, I don't know you when you're around your friend and you're this different person when we're around, like they're doing a 180, that's a red flag because you don't actually know who they are.
Completely agree.
Like, I'm like, which one is you?
Completely agree.
Yeah.
It's like, who are you? Yes. And which version of you are you showing me? And also scary that you like are so good at putting on different other personas. It's like, it feels not that they're lying, but kind of.
Yes.
And also they don't know who they are.
Yes. It feels like a little bit disingenuous in some ways, where I'm like, okay, who gets to see the real you?
Yes.
Two, what's going on with your friends that either you can't be your whole self, or what's going on with me that you don't feel like you can be yourself around me.
Totally.
It's just if they're like really a different person.
Agreed.
Like obviously everyone is different. I already said that, but
agreed.
Last one is inappropriate childish jokes. We can cut this one if we want.
No, I think we keep it in.
But I think it's interesting.
I'm just like giggling about it. I think like dudes are just a little bit more inappropriate. And so I think like occasionally you can let a couple slide.
Yeah. If they're well-placed, well-timed.
Well-placed, well-timed, where it's like one of those where like you say, like they say something, our mom did this sometimes. They like say something that's kind of inappropriate, but she just gave like a
Yes.
under her breath.
It was kind of like a guilty pleasure giggle.
Yes.
Like, okay, that one was clever.
Yes, totally.
It has to be clever enough. And if it's all the time,
If it's all the time, no. I
also
can't do that.
time and place. Like if they're around if they're around their boys and they're like rowdier, it's like, okay,
Yeah.
you're whatever. But like with me, I'm like, I'm not going to laugh at that.
Totally.
Why are we making these jokes? Like, I don't think this is funny at all.
Totally.
Yeah. So I'm like, or if they think that like they're top tier humor sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, you gotta know, they just need to know
Yes.
the vibes of each place. Like, you need to know the time for those jokes and who those jokes are made
Like the
for.
first time you're meeting your family, you can't be telling these jokes.
No, exactly. It's all about time and place.
Yeah.
And I think that concludes our no section.
That concludes our list, actually.
Yeah.
How do you feel like we did?
I feel like broad strokes,
Yeah.
we did well. I'm trying to think if there's anything that's not on this list that I think really needs to be added.
I have something that is not on the list. I feel like we don't talk enough about emotional intelligence. And I think it was littered within this list, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I think number one, and this is more of probably like a want, but something that like they need to be able to work at is one, the ability to communicate.
Yes.
Being able to be like, these are my needs and I want you to fulfill these needs. Or, hey, I'm feeling that this is making me a little bit, this is for some reason triggering me. And this is why. And so this is what I need. So I think that being able to communicate that, and then two, I guess initially really understand what they're feeling, why they're feeling, and try to just build off of that.
Yeah, I think there are two facets. One is receiving communication from you.
Yeah.
They need to be able to receive communication well.
Yeah.
When you are being like, I'm emotional, or even when you're giving someone feedback. Like,
Yeah.
I think a lot of relationship marriages is being like, hey, XYZ thing made me feel this way.
Yeah.
And them not that they don't take it personally, but they're like, okay, I understand. I see where you're coming from. Let me change.
Yeah.
And also giving communication well, where if they're feeling a certain way, they're not like screaming at you.
Yes.
And that goes both ways. You can't be yelling at them if you don't
Totally.
want somebody to yell at you.
Totally.
So like we can't be all of a sudden like, oh my gosh, I'm freaking out, so I'm gonna go scream at you. No, if you want someone to treat you well, you can't treat them terribly.
so true.
And yeah, also like for me, it's like if we're communicating in a way that's like we're constantly yelling at each other, or you're yelling at me, that's like for me, that's a big no-fly zone. Like I don't do really. Like,
You don't even operate there.
No. Like I'm not a yeller. Like for me, that's just like so outside of my realm of like what I'm comfortable with in a communicating manner.
Yeah.
And I just don't receive that well. And I don't think that anyone really receives that well. I'm very anti-yelling, I'll be honest.
Totally.
Just like in a relationship, I just don't think that anything actually gets done. I think as soon as you start yelling, no one's listening to each other. You're not getting anywhere.
Oh my gosh.
And my problem, I'm going off on a tangent on this, is that once you start yelling, then all of a sudden we have to then talk to each other about the yelling. Then it's not even like we're not talking about what we were yelling about anymore. Then I have to apologize to you for yelling. And then we can start again talking about the issue at hand. Like for me, it's like if you're getting to a point where you're yelling at each other, you need to press pause on the conversation. Like you need to be like, okay, we clearly are unable to talk about this right now. We need to pause, gather ourselves. And I think in that moment, you need to understand like, okay, why am I so fired up about this?
Yeah.
Like what's going on inside that's making me this passionate, this fiery, and then communicating that to them, being like, hey, I am getting really emotional about this and I'm having a lot of big feelings about this because it's really important to me and because XYZ thing. And I don't do people who can only communicate their emotions via outbursts, like via yelling at you, and then they calm down and then they tell you. I'm like, no, I don't do the roller coaster.
And that's I think so many people do the roller coaster though.
No, so many people do the roller coaster.
I was reading an article in the New York Times just yesterday, and it said the number one reason for divorce basically was a lack of communication. And that's like this is from a lawyer's perspective who's dealt with lots of different types of individuals. But I don't think this skill, it's so common for this skill not to be developed. It's so common, I think, for people to yell when they're angry at each other because their parents did it and they don't know any other way. Yeah,
and it's like uncomfortably like I don't know what to do with this emotion.
Totally.
It's easy for things to reach a fever pitch. And also like communication is so broad because there's even like communicating negatively, but there's even just lack of communication in general, where like an inability to communicate, period.
Yeah, totally.
You need to figure out like your communication style. And I also think that's something that can be worked on. That's not like a lost cause.
Totally.
That's something that if they're intentional,
totally,
and they can totally work on that. And they can become better
agree.
communicators. And you guys can also together become better communicators.
Completely agree.
And I feel like that's something that you're working on forever. Like that's a constant thing. You're always trying to like be better communicators, learning how to communicate, learning what you're feeling. So it's an ongoing, lifelong pursuit.
It really is true.
Yeah.
And I think you can tell though at the beginning how willing they are to work on it. If that makes sense.
Yes.
I think some people like just aren't even capable of doing that, if that makes sense. And then other people are way better at it.
Yeah.
And so I think it's really hard. I mean, I just have friends who are in marriages and it's just like, he just like, they like aren't able to communicate, or she's not able to communicate, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
it goes both ways.
Yeah, like she's unwilling to express her frustrations
without screaming and yelling and stomping, and he is like incapable of seeing past his ego, essentially.
Yes.
So
like he just gets defensive
and immediately fires, immediately yells, immediately screams and threatens. So it's just scary.
But again, something you can work on.
For sure.
Something you can work on. But like, if they're quick to anger, that's something like you need to know and be like, okay, I am.
I think one other thing that, along with the emotional intelligence vein, is I think that you just want your person to be like your safe space. Yeah. So, and that's not necessarily like an attribute on the list, I would say, but like maybe the ability to be vulnerable enough to just be able to feel like you can be yourself around them.
Absolutely. And I think also, like, that's not an attribute of a person, but I think that's an attribute of your relationship.
Yeah, I think that's true.
I think goes on the list as well of like, hey, I want our relationship to look like this. Yeah. Like, I want our relationship to have good communication. I want our relationship to be like, we are both each other's safe space.
Totally.
So I think that's like, it still absolutely qualifies for the list.
Love.
That's a good thing.
Anything else you would add, maybe?
No, those were really good ads, because I think that was definitely something that we were lacking. And I think that also shows that was potentially something we ourselves were lacking at the time of creating the list.
Sure, I think.
Where it's like, oh, maybe we weren't actually the best communicators. Yeah. Or the best at like knowing where each of our emotions were at the time. And so it's interesting that as we look back on lists, it's like a reflection of where you were at the time. And I think, it's like, for maybe we were 70% of the way there, 80% of the way there, whatever. Yeah. But I think it's just interesting that it's totally a reflection of yourself also. Like what you're looking for is a reflection of yourself.
Yeah, true. Which is really interesting.
Yeah. And I think as you're making the list as well, like you have to be the person on the list as well.
Yes.
Like you can't make the list and be so not aligned with that. Like sometimes there's who you are and there's what you want. Yeah. And you got to make sure those two things are aligned. Like if you're wanting something or you're wanting an attribute in someone, you got to be the person that can back that up.
Yep. Yeah. If you want someone that goes to the gym every day, you got to go to the gym every day.
Yeah, you got to be also at the gym.
But with everything else too.
Yes.
Totally.
Yeah, just like totally like a good example, I think.
Totally agree. I think that concludes this episode of our list.
Yes. Thank you everyone for listening.
Thank you for listening.
Yeah.
And until next time.